this, but I'm going to say this. Same thing with the shots fired. You know, and it's amazing to me the difference in the county and the city. In the county where I worked, when shots were fired, the phones would overflow with callers. And I mean, them people would call in and they would not only be able to tell you how many shots it was, they'd be able to tell you what type of gun it was, you know, the direction the shots were coming from, the whole nine. Well, let me say this. The flip side is in the city. I wasn't an operator in the city, but I had relatives and friends in the city, and I lived in the city for some time. But it would be amazing to me that you would hear somebody unload and nobody would call the police, almost like they had just, they got so used to it that they didn't feel like it was even necessary to pick up a phone and call. Well, I want to take a moment out to explain what happens. When a shots fired call gets called in, the police will put on their light and they will go out in the area where the shots were coming from. And at that time, they're looking around not only for a subject with a gun, they're looking for a victim. Somebody, they looking in cars, they looking on the ground, so on and so forth. Now let me tell this quick short story. It's going to be in my book. There was this couple, had a little boy, and he was 14, just started this job. Together, the family had 8 kids. They were a lovely family. They were so proud of this boy because he had just got his first job, and he bought his first Easter outfit with his first check. Anyway, the mother that night had taken something, and it rendered her asleep. The husband heard shots fired, and he started to go to the window, and he didn't. Well, lo and behold, the next morning, the mother got up, and she's looking for her son. Now she realizes, wow, he didn't come in. What happened? He didn't make it home from work. So she goes out looking for him. She turns the corner. She sees all these police cars, and it's taped off. She goes through the tape, and there's her son. He's laying on the ground. He has dried up tears running down his face, and he actually bled to death. He was alive for quite some time on the ground. Now, the stepfather, he just never got over it. The relationship never healed. They never went back together because he could never forgive himself because he said he started to go to the window and he didn't. The mother, she, I don't know whatever happened with her, but, she proceeded to beat herself up because she took some type of sleeping medication or something and she was knocked out. She didn't realize her son was gone until the next day. But, the neighbors, the people in the area, I'm sure that the stepfather, he wasn't the only one that heard the shots fired. If you are in a house and you have loved ones, family, friends, anybody, especially you got children out in the street and you hear 10 shots fired, and you mean to tell me you don't pick up a phone and say, I'd like to remain anonymous. I just heard about 10 shots coming from the area of so-and-so, so-and-so. But you have, let me get this right, you have loved ones that are not home yet. And you gonna mind your business so much that it don't even matter to you if they land on the ground. These are the things, some of the things that I'm going to put in my book because I want to break the silence on some of that too. It's not going to be just about what's going on now with the police and the Virginia thing and to be true for the truth of the matter, you had the KKK march. And back then when I was in there, the same stuff was going on. It was just something totally, it was just, I'm going to bring it all together. I'm going to bring everything together for you. To get off that subject, this Sunday coming, September the 24th, I'm going to be at the Baltimore Book Festival for my 5th year, 5th consecutive year. I'm going to have all my books with me. I would love to meet you. Just come out. I'm going to be under, I call it the author's tent. It's called something else now. It's a tent. It's going to be by Bubba Gumps. So Sunday, I'll be there from 11 to 7. I'm going to have all my books, Venomous Relationships. And let me tell you something, all my books are relevant. I'm not going to write nothing that ain't relevant. I'm sorry. It's different strokes for different folks. You know, if I wanted to sit up and write something to spin your head around and all that, I could do that. But, you know, I'm so much of a realist, and my plan is when I leave here, I want to leave the world a better place than when I came. And even if I just leave my books back here, they going to help. I got Venomous Relationships. That's an award-winning book. Veteran learn how to avoid common. Let's talk about relationship. I call them bloopers, toxic relationships. And in the book, in the chapters, I have some very common toxic relationships that a lot of women find themselves in. I just sit down and have a little girlfriend talk in each chapter. Then after that, I give a scenario. And then I have immediately found the scenario. I have the let's talk section, and then I have the conclusion, where I give my conclusion of the venomous relationship. And then I have the last pages today I will release and let go of. And that is whatever you may want to release and let go of with the venomous relationship. I'm just going to name a few of the 10, but you can come out Sunday. I sign your book for you, take a picture with you, and if you mention you saw this video, then I might even have a free gift for you. The first chapter is Dr. Respectable and Mr. Hyde. Y'all know that guy. Everybody loves him. He opens your car door for you. You know, even mom likes